Greetings out there in YouTube land. This is Morris Man, and as always, I thank you for coming to my channel. Now, you already know what the title of this video is, but before I go into that, I'm going to share a story with you. And I think it's important that I share this story because it's an important story. From time to time, I get people that friend me on Facebook, and they ask me, well, here's a specific story. Person asked me, I see you play guitar. Could you help me learn how to play Toni Braxton's Unchain My Heart? And what's interesting about that particular song is that's one of the first songs, if not the first song, that I sat down with sheet music, played it from start to finish. So I was quite excited about that when I got to that point where I can read very well, sight read. So my response was, well, actually, I do have a video of me playing that song on my channel. So I sent the link to the person, and they said, okay, I got that, and I've seen that, but I'm a beginner, and I was wondering if you can help me. And my initial response was, well, there's not much more I can do for you but to show you the chords. Now, teaching you to play is a different animal. And I want to stress that in this video, that there's a difference between learning to play your instrument and playing a song. And there's some people, and I understand you don't know what you don't know, but there's some people that don't know that, and they just think that beginning to learn how to play guitar is to beginning to learn how to play songs. You didn't jump ahead too far, because you want to learn the basics. And the basics to play guitar, rhythm guitar, is not that difficult, trust me. If I would have known what I know now when I first started, I would be even a better guitar player, and I'm continuously getting better. But, there's a system, and once you kind of learn the system that I teach you in my DVDs, because now I have DVDs number 1 through 7, and normally DVDs 1 through 6 was $35, but I'm going to offer 1 through 7 for $35. So technically you're getting number 7 for free, which is a $15 value within itself. And it's very important that you start from the beginning and work your way up from the ground up. But again, most people don't realize, where do I start? So my DVDs will help you, because I've been through that. I've been through it, many years ago, where I went to countless amount of music teachers, and they taught me stuff that made no sense to me, couldn't apply it. And the stuff that I basically wanted to learn how to play was stuff that they told me I couldn't learn how to play until years later, which is absolutely false. Well, my course, which is close to 7 hours, I walk you through from day one how to get started on playing the stuff off the radio. It's just that simple. You don't have to learn how to play Mary Had a Little Lamb, When the Saints Go Marching In, Tom Dooley. That's the kind of stuff that I was taught many, many years ago, and I could never apply it. I'm like, when am I going to play these songs? Am I going to have a cool kindergarten set? And I'm like, I'm ready, because I got taught this stuff years ago. So, I understand that traditional music teachers teach you in a manner that they were taught. So they just basically regurgitate what they were taught. So, for years, I couldn't unlock the mystery of how do I play this thing and play it well. And then I ran into a gentleman at the Conservatory of Music, and in one session, he opened the doors for me and told me to work on this, and you'll get there. And without a doubt, within a matter of a couple of months, I worked on that. I was there. I was there. And I was like, finally. Because what you don't want to do, and I see this a lot on YouTube, is to have somebody just give you placements. Well, put my finger here, put my finger there, or put my finger there. You don't know why your fingers are there. You don't know the name of the chord. You don't know nothing about theory. You just placing fingers and trying to memorize, putting fingers where people told you to put them. So it's really important that if you're really serious, trust me, $35 for this package, it's an unbelievable deal, because what I'm offering you easily could be worth $200, because I'm giving you everything that you need for a long period of time to keep you busy. Because unfortunately, with most music teachers, they teach you stuff that you can't apply, and the stuff that you want to learn again will take them years to teach you. Because I'm not going to say this, but I'm going to say this. there are some people that kind of want to milk it, and it's like, all I'm trying to do is just give you all the information that I can give you at this time and get you going and keep you busy, because the DVDs that I'm selling, they will keep you busy for a year, trust me, and everything is laid out where it makes sense, because that was one of my biggest issues when I was learning how to play the guitar. I was taught in a language that I didn't understand, and I'm like, I'm lost, but with my DVD course, I took all that out, because that's what held me back, and most other musicians or wannabe musicians, they just didn't understand. The stuff that I talked about in my DVDs, even if you didn't play guitar, it makes sense to you. That's just how important it is as far as laying it out where it makes sense to you. And trust me, I will get you there if you're serious about your plan and not just trying to rely on people on the internet and watching their fingers nonsense, because that is not going to let you become a guitar player. It's going to make you become a dabbler and trying to memorize finger placements. When if you know how to read, which I'll walk you through my DVDs, you don't have to worry about trying to memorize where your hands are going, because if you understand and realize and learn the chord, it's just second nature. I mean, a good example, if somebody say to me, play a C major 7 chord, easy. Play a G major 7 chord, easy. Play a G minor 7 chord, easy. Play a D major 7 chord, easy. Play a D minor 7 chord, easy. Play a D, easy. First position, D. Once you start to play in that manner, it comes to you. You're not guessing or trying to memorize. It just becomes second nature as far as getting around the fretboard. And that's something that I emphasize in my DVDs. And once you do this, you'll be able to play anything, because the stuff on the radio today is much, much easier than the stuff on the radio back in the 50s, 60s, 70s. The stuff on the radio today is like 3 chords. There's no complicated songs on top 40 and R&B songs or radio anymore. And it's not because nobody wants to write these great songs with great chord movements like back in the Motown era. It's just that now the era of music calls for real simple stuff. So this is a perfect time for anybody who want to learn how to play guitar and not struggle, because the only thing you got to do is play a major chord, minor 7 chord, suspended 4th chord, major 7 chord. Just those are like kind of the basic 5 or 6 chords that you need to learn to play 99.9% on the radio stuff on the radio today. And I'll walk you through a course where not only you can play the easy stuff of today, you can play the stuff of the 60s, the 70s, the 50s, because as you know, on my channel, I'm all over the place, and I try to show you how far my skills have extended. And I didn't really realize that until I was put to the test of just sitting here, setting up a YouTube channel and showing people some chords, to songs. And I'm like, okay, I can play that. I'm thinking after 20 songs, I'm going to be done, because off the top of my head, I can play 20 or 30. But then I started to realize, man, I can play this, I can play this, I can play this, I can play this. I looked around, I had like 4,500 videos, more than most people on YouTube, of playing covers and playing them quickly. So if you're interested in learning the right way, because I stress that you get the 7 DVDs, you get this chord chart, and if you just follow these 2 here, the root on the E string and the root on the A string, that's where I primarily base my bar chord chords around those two notes or those 2 strings. You can actually build them on each string, but trust me, you see how many videos I have, and that's just based on me playing chords based on the E string and the A string. Every blue moon I play a chord based on another root, based on another string. But for the most part, the stuff you hear on the radio, the R&B stuff, the pop stuff, the funk stuff, the rock stuff, just basically root on the E, root on the A. So if you're interested in taking your playing to a professional level at some point, because even if you don't want to play professionally, you want to play well. Even if you're just sitting at home entertaining, your family members, or just hanging out with some guys in the garage to play, you want to be able to play and play well. So this DVD will walk you through being a beginner and getting you out of that stage and getting you up to, being able to read and play well and get paid to get and play, paid to get. I can't get it out. Pay to get to play. So again, DVD 1 through 7, close to 7 hours of me walking you through how to play the guitar. You also get the chord chart, And my PayPal information is right down here at the bottom. Send payment. Once I receive your payment, then I will send you an email stating that I got your payment. Then I will send out your DVDs the very next day. Now, for anybody that wants these DVDs overseas, because I've been to the post office more than enough time to realize how much it costs to ship outside to the USA. So if you're interested, you need to include an additional $15 for this shipment. You know, so it'll be $35 plus $15. So I'm just going to mention this and then I'm going to sign off. Not only I teach you how to play your guitar and read sheet music, I teach you stuff that most instructors don't even think is important. As far as when you're playing funk, you're not going to be sitting up here playing open chords for country and western. Nobody ever told me that. You know, the majority of the chords that are in the guitar song books, they're in first position, which is more or less reserved for funk. Folk music, pop music, country and western music. Is not for hardcore funk. You know, we play bar chords and we play up and down the neck. You know, so I stress that in my DVD, something that nobody had never taught me. I also teach you how to get a good tone, because what's the sense of being a good guitar player if your guitar sounds like crap? You know, and you don't have to go spend $2,000 to get a good tone and sounding guitar. Don't waste your money. You know, I've had over about 60 guitars at this point in my life. That's not include my bass guitars, and I've never had to spend anything over maybe $300 for my electric and a couple of extra $100 for my classical, because you do need to spend a little extra money on classical guitars because of the wood thing does make a difference when you're playing classical or acoustic, because, you know, sounds coming out the hole. But electric guitars, the wood is just basically holding up the strings and the pickups, which is the heart of the guitar and the sound. And then I'll walk you through other things as far as if you want to learn how to, you know, post some YouTube videos at some point in time, you know, when you're playing, when you get better. I'll walk you through that, because no one really taught me that. I had to kind of figure it out. It took me like 6 months to contact people and, you know, ask them, what type of equipment are you using? And no two people have the same setup. No two people. You know, everybody use different video cameras. Everybody use different amplifiers or preamps. You know, so it's going to sound different. But I walk you through what I use. And as you know, I get a pretty good sound out of my system. And it won't cost you a lot of money, you know. Now the camera that I'm using, actually the one right now, you can get this camera for like $64 on eBay. When I first started my YouTube channel, I paid $275 for this camera, which is worth it, you know. So little things that no one tells you about, I walk you through in my DVDs, which makes them so valuable. So until next time, take care and thanks for watching.